Hey everyone.
Hey friends.
So as you all know, it's our favorite day of the week. It is Chime In Tuesday. So we have, I think, a very, very important thing to talk about. We all have mentors, we all have influencers, but I think it's super important to spotlight the women who have been those pillars for us that have made us who we are today.
It is International Women's Day, on Friday, which seems to be having a week-long celebration.
Which is fine, by the way.
Which is fine. It's fantastic.
I think it's great.
It's like having birthday week. So we don't just have a day, ladies.
It's a birthday international week
for women.
Hashtag.
So happy birthday to all women.
Yes.
Happy celebration.
Happy birthday. Actually, it's so funny you mentioned that because I actually had that Beatles song in my head when we were just ready to record. Anyways.
Because it was just my birthday, my real birthday.
That is correct. You leveled up.
I leveled up.
Yeah, you did. And you leveled up gracefully. It was very nice.
Thank you. I got to tell that little story. May I?
Mm-hmm.
So,
please do.
Last year for my birthday, I think it was on Facebook, I saw a post that said something like, it was more concise than this, but something like, kids love video games, and when you get to higher levels of video games, it's something to be admired and you strive for. So on birthdays, how about we say that we're leveling up?
So you're not getting older.
Leveling
You're leveling up.
So I'm level 44, folks.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I am.
Welcome to the club. Been there, done that. I'm leveled up. Anyways.
So in honor of International Women's Day, there's lots going on. Certainly, I know in our city, which is Ottawa, Canada. I feel very fortunate to be the moderator for a panel on Friday,
which I will be attending.
There's a variety of amazing leaders from our local area who will be on the panel, 2 men, 2 women, and we'll be really digging into the business side of gender equity. It's about business. It's not about women in business. Anyway, really excited about that. So
it's going to be incredible. I'm pretty stoked. I can't wait to see it myself.
So I wanted to know, so Jay and I chose the topic, but I'm always interested to hear how things unfold in these conversations. It's kind of fun. We have lots of reveals during these conversations as you're learning more about us.
Yeah.
So who are the women that you look up to and admire, the ones that you'd like to give a shout out to on International Women's Day?
Well, first and foremost, I have to say that it goes without saying, my mom, obviously, I was around her probably the most, obviously growing up. And she was a trailblazer for her time. My mom came from a quick background. Mom came from a poor family. She had to leave high school in grade 11, 10 or grade 11, and then work and help with the family. And so this woman essentially was working since she was 17. This woman went on to be a whatever level it was in management, working for a major corporation, and was the only female management at the time.
It was Bell Canada. It was Bell.
I wasn't going to name the company.
Why not? Why not? Like, it's Bell. Most people, everyone in Canada knows Bell.
Yeah.
I'm sure others know Bell.
So she really broke ground in a position that was dominated by men, and what she brought to the table and tried to instill, and probably did, was a mind shift and a change that needed to be in an all-boys club. And I really admired her, and I gained a lot of strength in watching her and how she dealt with, and she took that, she brought that to the home. Or maybe she took what she did into home and brought it to the office. I'm not exactly sure.
Sometimes leadership is like parenting. Sometimes.
Yeah, because I guess what's a mother? Always a mother. You're babysitting or you're parenting. But it was pretty powerful. And then obviously as I grew up and I was in the industry, I came across some very incredible women, but none of them like truly stood out. There was facets about them that I really admired and what they were doing. But and I'm not just saying this because it's you, but I have to say that probably hands down the most influential woman that I have met is you. Mm-hmm. It really is. You, I've never seen anyone quite like yourself. I mean, if you weren't my partner, I'd be terrified. I'm just teasing. No, I just say
that was like the sweetest thing, and then it was like the toughest thing, like all in the span of 5 seconds.
No. What I'm trying to get at.
Try to backpedal.
No. What I'm saying is that terrified in the sense that your business, you are on point. You truly are not coming out pulling crap out of the air, making shit up. It's like you're on point, you're fair, and some men and women probably don't know how to handle that. And I think it is such an incredible trait of yours, and I learned from you. And I have to give a quick shout out to my mother-in-law. This woman, she's only been new into my life, but the things I have seen and heard and the stories that she has told, so thanks, Mom, for sharing, is you're pretty freaking incredible, let me tell you. I don't probably tell you that, but you are, and very admirable. And I know where Louise gets a lot of it.
I get my fire.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Yeah, it's hands down to my mom. And I feel so fortunate that I still have my mom.
Oh yeah, my mom's still alive too.
Yeah, because I know that I continue to have more respect for my mom as time goes on. Mm-hmm. Not just more respect, but you just continue to learn. And
I for me, it's respect. I mean, I think everybody says, "Oh, you just give respect." No, respect is earned.
Can I have the talking stick back? Sorry. I gave it. You had it. What was I saying about my mom?
It was respect. That was the word. It's like you don't respect her. It's continuing.
Yeah, and just the depth of her impact as time goes on, the depth of her impact and the way that she was and is. It astounds me the influence that she has had, a positive influence. So Mom started having kids at 18, put education and career on pause while she then had 4 kids. And so I loved being at home and my mom being home. I loved that about being a young child. But she very quickly went to university in the evenings while she was then also eventually working at full-time as well with us. And I just saw this woman who was all about family. There was no question who came first or what came first. And yet she managed to get a degree, then a master's degree, and have a really successful career in the government. And talk about a woman who made huge strides, was in my opinion, became successful in her life while owning her femininity. And I think that's something that a lot of women struggle with now, less so now than in years gone by. Mm-hmm. That, historically we've seen a lot of the women who have to get ahead do so by having to take on some of the male traits. And that's not in criticism to them. It's more in contrast to how I noticed my mom showing up. And so I thought she's this beautiful combination of someone who can be smart, have a family, earn a career, work really hard at all of that, and recognizing that sometimes things have to get put, you can't prioritize everything all at the same time. you can have it all, but just not at the same time. And so I didn't really learn that piece until much later in life, but I see how my mom sort of taught that.
I think one trait now just listening to what you were saying about your mom, one trait I had to say about my mom is that this woman was hot as nails. Like, Irish Catholic woman, like, wow, this woman was tough, all right? But she was so gentle and soft and caring and loving, and truly had the balance of both. Like, and I think hopefully I have absorbed that from my mom, and I can be stern and firm on certain things, but I'm very passionate and caring, and I think men should show their feelings, and you shouldn't be walking around like a robot and all those things. And I really learned that from my mom, not so much my dad. In later years, my father has become more, it's funny, in Dad's later years, he's more a bit like me now, emotional and stuff. But I learned that early stuff from my mom, for sure.
Yeah, and another thing that I've really come to realize as well, and there's a quote in this book that I love.
Amazing book, by the way. Anyone who's listening to us via audio, Louise is holding up a book called In the Company of Women.
And the subtitle is Inspiration and Advice from Over 100 Makers, Artists, and Entrepreneurs. And I love books. I love the feel of books. I love the look of books. I like the smell of books. I get that from my dad. So these pages, they just smell so yummy. It's like a whole experience.
Please don't eat the book.
It's got beautiful pictures in it. And it's just interviews of 100 women. And it's inspiring. And the quote I wanted to share is in the intro. And it's so powerful, and I think this is partly why it's so important that we honor International Women's Day, is because of this, and do it all week long. I think this quote says it well. It's activist Marianne Wright Eldman said, "You can't be what you can't see."
Wow.
So she went on to say, the author of the book goes on to say, visibility is one of the most powerful tools we have in inspiring people to pursue their dreams and educating them about all the amazing options that exist. So we have a responsibility to do this for the young girls of our world.
And also point out is that it's important, especially when we have 4 young boys, it's very important that they see that we are not putting people in the shadows, but putting the spotlight out there on women. And if they see, bless you.
Excuse me.
See, I touched a nerve, she sneezed. Is that I think it's super important that our young men, our boys see a father figure, a male, being such a I don't want to say pro women, but it's just really an activist in saying, excuse me, equality across the board, and really showcasing the absolute amazing talent that what women bring to the table. And I had said earlier, I was speaking, that we have been living in a dinosauric landscape for a very long time. And what happened to the dinosaurs? They went extinct. And it makes me smile on the inside. I must be shining on the outside when I talk about all these incredible women out there that are being such amazing influencers and changers and like game players, and they're just bringing this new thoughts and ideas. And we is so important as men to completely embrace this. And because you know what? It's a breath of fresh air. We've been sitting in a room breathing the same goddamn air, and it's recycled and it's crap. And somebody has finally opened up the windows and let fresh air into the room. It's wonderful. And so I thank you, and I thank you, all you women out there, because you are definitely going to be the mold in which the new landscape is going to be. And I truly thank you for that.
And I'd love to hear who your influences have been, whether
Yes.
it's a mother, a teacher,
Sister, maybe?
and sometimes it can be a neighbor or someone who's not necessarily even been in your life all that long, but has had a profound impact. Because I have a mentor who that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd love to hear from you. I want you to chime in. So men and women alike, please let us celebrate women this week during International Women's Day week celebration.
Yes.
And thank you for listening, and thank you for chiming in, because I know you're going to do that.
Links below.
And
so thank you so much. Enjoy this birthday long International Week for Women. And we will see you next Tuesday for Chime In Tuesday. Bye everybody.